but what do you want? Huh? I'm doing a little bit. And I'll drive you down. Hey, you guys are a hell of a team, man. I was watching you the whole tournament. You guys are a great team. Fun to watch. Fun to watch. That's our that's your Devil's Rangers. Our yeah, thank you.
Okay, hockey fans, here we are. This is it. This is the last one of the weekend, of the 2 weeks rather. It's the co-ed finals here. Chris Blair with Memory Video Productions. We'd like to mention that we're brought to you today by Al's Donuts here in Las Vegas. So thank you, Al's, for helping support this great event. So this is it, co-ed finals. It's the District of Payne and the Sugar Bears. Number 1 seed, District of Payne. These are both good teams. Honestly, I really enjoy watching the co-eds because these guys will battle. A lot of these women are not afraid to get down and dirty in the corners and really fight. They are just as athletic as anyone else out here. These are great games. If you've been sticking with us all throughout the stream, thanks for hanging on with us. This is our last one for this 2-week event. 3 finals last week, 3 finals this week. We had C and D. You just finished watching those. Now the co-ed. 2 teams. 3 periods of hockey. Of course, as a reminder, because we are in the finals, if we do make it through 3 and we remain tied, we have 10 minutes of sudden death overtime. And if there's still no winner, then we will go to the shootout. So far, we've actually had games resolved in regulation time, which, if you were with us last week, was very different. So not the case this time, which is good. But still very, very close. There's a lot of parity in these leagues, and that's kind of one of the nice things about how this tournament structure tends to work. You do end up with some really tight matchups at the end of it. This last one, the Tirecraft Studs, the number 1 team in the C division, did walk away champions. It was a 2-0 victory over Origine Alciste Quebec, but do not think that they just walked to that one. They had to earn that one. I think they were probably the better team ultimately, but it was tough going the whole way. Now we look for one more final here. And of course I am joined today with my man behind the glass, Jim Gargiulo. How's it going, Jim?
Pretty good, Chris. Looking forward to a great game.
And here we go. We are ready to get things started. District of Payne in the black, Sugar Bears in the white. Sugar Bears controlling right now, sending that one up along the outside. Chasing after it is Keith Reltier. Jousting, and that one does end up going out, so they're going to have to go back. Balabaroa taking his time, sending that one high, bounced off the glass. Was looking for Grace Gavin, couldn't connect, and now District of Payne comes back. Tyler Midwinter centers that one, bouncing, good opportunity. All of a sudden there, good chance. Couldn't finish, and it comes back in the other direction. Jeff Arnold just going to dump that one in and get a change. Players connect below. One lone Sugar Bear still in it, keeping things alive for his team. just about coughs it up. They do lose the zone. And Lindsey Bittler turned it away, but now coming right back in again. Derek Wahlberg. And that one bouncing off. Bittler again. Lost control. Swatted ahead by Curtis Bedorny. Sending that one. That one caught Genevieve Shepard a little bit off guard. Bittler has it again. Hands that one over to Woney. Woney just sending that one in. Now in front of the net. Bittler, shot, save, second chance, save again. Third opportunity, ball still loose. Bittler behind the net. Bedorny defending. Up for Shepard. Shepard has it as she tries to exit the zone. More line changes for the Sugar Bears. And coming in hot is Troy Ty on the back check. And he does manage to create the turnover, but he immediately swats it and gives it away. Great aggression there by Ty. Looking like he was just trying to help his team complete the line change. We see the same thing for the District of Payne.
Hey, quick changes out there for both teams. They're going about 45 seconds each, Chris.
Trying to get everybody involved in this game early, which I like that attitude. Sugar Bears send that one up and out. This one is going to go down for icing. So the ball is going to come all the way back in. District of Payne will have an opportunity in the offensive zone.
I think you see, Chris, these are clearly the best two teams that advance to the finals.
Definitely often the case here. Occasionally you'll see a team sneak in, but if they do, it usually just means that they didn't maybe have the best preliminary games. But we do get some pretty tight matchups here.
Yeah, the draw is everything.
So face off. Defenders winning that one, Sugar Bears. And they get it back to the D-man. Sending that one up towards the bench. Stayed in play. And they held the zone. So DC hanging on. Gavin tried to get that one deep. Was trying to tee up Ty. Wouldn't connect. Comes back the other way, but still on it is Arnold. Jeff Arnold chasing down after that one. It's underneath, and he rolls it back around for Peltier. Keith Peltier gets into the high slot. Big, hard, low shot. And John Kraus covers that one up. Makes the save.
The Sugar Bear shifts are getting even shorter, Chris, if you can believe that. Almost like 35 seconds right now.
How do you think that benefits a team like this at the end of a long tournament?
Yeah, you know what? The third period is when it'll tell the tale. I think it's difficult to get anything going if your shifts are too short, though.
Arnold swatting at that one. Doesn't quite control. District of Payne working that one out. Chasing after it is Lori Peltier. Can't quite get to it in time. Bittler's on it first. And that one, big kick save there. Excellent opportunity offensively for the District of Payne. That shot coming from J.P. Wengler. Bittler again. Shot, rebound. Wengler's there. Crashing to the ground. Good stop there by Brad Peltier in net for the Sugar Bears. 6:30 left to go here. Scoreless in the first period. And DC is going to have another opportunity for a draw in the offensive zone. Lining up there. That was William Clark for DC. Bats at that one and ends up getting stuck in the netting behind the glass. Teams will reset and do it again from the same location. 6 minutes now left to go here in the scoreless first period. The co-ed finals here at the 2017 Sin City Shootout. Derek Wahlberg tried to turn away from pressure on that one. Couldn't quite control it, and DC now has it. That one wristed towards the net by Elisa Prane.
Number of offensive zone draws here for Black in a row. See if they can capitalize.
A lot of stops and starts. Clark wins the draw again. DC is on it once more. Batted at hard and coming down with speed is Chase Gavin. He drop pass for Warburg. Big shot bouncing in front, and they managed to clear out the garbage. We're seeing things open up already here. Another bit of a fire wagon change behind the play. DC's got to get ready for it. But they managed to control. Back in the other way. That was Mark Major. He had 2 goals in their semifinal game. Angelo Terran gets into the slot, takes a shot, and covered cleanly by Peltier.
Dangerous play from 18 on the Sugar Bears. He committed, and 52 from DC just walked right around him. Got to be careful when you're committing up that high.
Good opportunity there for Wozni from the District of Payne. Midwinter going to take that one for DC here. Again, another offensive draw for them. 4:30 left to go in the period. Chasing after it, but swatted outside and bouncing clear of the red line for the Sugar Bears. They're ready to come right back to it. Chasing after that one was Kate Reynolds. Couldn't get a stick on it in time. Comes back into their defensive zone as they corral. Send that one high, floating. Looks like it's going to go to icing. And it will, as it ends up missing the cage.
Questionable call there. I thought that one of the Sugar Bears could have played that one, but they get the benefit of the call nonetheless.
It's always a difficult position to be in when you're an official and you're forced to make those discretionary calls.
Yeah, and don't forget, in ball hockey, only 2 officials out there, so I got a lot of rink to cover.
Troy Ty locking up on that one for the Sugar Bears. Now down below is Grace Gavin. She can't control it. District of Payne coming out with speed. Up along the line. Wengler. He can't handle it. Dan Reynolds is there. Ball still bouncing around. Marlon Papish chasing after. The ball is loose. Glove down. Peltier in the crease.
Well, he's falling backwards when he covered that up. It's like he didn't break his wrist.
3 minutes to go here. So far, I'm giving a slight edge to the District of Payne, but as you mentioned, this is already shaping up to be a pretty close contest.
Yeah, I got to agree with you. DC's carried the play so far, but, you know, 0's on the scoreboard.
Exactly. Doesn't really mean anything. And that one doesn't miss by much, falling just by Peltier's right-hand side, low. They try to break out that one in the feet of Keith Peltier. Gets that one up for Jeff Arnault. Back to Peltier. Trying to center. Good defense there. Still jousting for it. Andrew Fenlon. And he breaks that one up. Now Bittler's got it. That one goes down. More line changes here quickly. 5 aside again. 2.5 to play and counting here in the first period. We're still scoreless in our co-ed championship game. That one raping off a stick, so there will be no icing. Keith Peltier gets to it first, but he matches up against Reynolds. No, I'm sorry, that's actually Melissa Clark battling down low in the corner. Balaberry can't handle it, but they manage to retain the zone. Chase Gavin. Trying to get to it, that one just outrunning him. Now down in the corner.
First sustained possession we've really seen from the Sugar Bears so far.
DC doing a good job of holding them out to the perimeter, though. Clark gets on that one first. Back for Gavin. Sticking the feet there, but he gets around Hoff. Big fire from the point. Scores! Tony Bellabella fired. Did you see if anybody got a piece of that one?
You know, Chris, that's what I was going to say. It did not look like that one changed direction. It might have rattled the goalie's pads, but I think it was clear all the way through. I think that was 11 on the goal.
Chase was in front there, but Ballabera loads up, takes a huge shot from the point, maybe benefiting a little bit from the screen, but nonetheless, on, as you noted, the first sustained pressure of the game for the Sugar Bears here with 1 minute, 10 seconds left to go. They get the first goal. Now they're on it again. Crashing down low is Troy Ty. He's got a lot of speed with him today. There is going to be a trip, however. And let's see who's this going against. Jogging towards the bench. 2 minutes. Trip is the call. And Kelly Jo Schneider is going to be the one to sit for DC, the District of Payne.
Wow, this period's turned around in like 30 seconds.
It was an excellent job by Ty to draw that penalty, crashing the net in front. And now all of a sudden they've got a power play with 30 seconds left to go. Big shot there by number 9, Marlon Papish. He collects again. Nice job there by Reynolds to break it up, though. She gets it back to the defense. Tarian. And that one looks like you found it.
Sure did. I was about 6 inches away.
The life of a broadcaster behind the glass is a perilous one indeed.
No deflection on that one. That was indeed 11's goal.
All right, excellent. That's the official scoring play. So Ballabera gets the goal. There's the first buzzer here, so that's going to do it for the first period. It's 1-0 Sugar Bears. What do you make of this? Now they've got a power play to start the second period when really the District of Payne dominated the majority of that first.
Yeah, I agree with you, Chris. I think DC carried the play until about the last 2 minutes or so, and then Sugar Bears just took over. They scored a goal, drew a penalty, and that's what we were saying, you know. The only thing that matters is the scoreboard, so.
So obviously their objective is to continue to press that advantage, use the puck luck to their advantage. If you're the bench boss of DC, what do you tell them right now?
Well, I tell them you carried the play. The chances will continue to come. If they came in the first period, they'll come in the second period for sure. And you keep plugging away. I think they played a pretty good period, you know. What you can do is keep trying.
Absolutely. Lots of time left to go. That seems to be the mantra for a lot of these games. There's always a lot of time until there isn't anymore. We've got 11 minutes up on the clock. Minute 24 left to go in the main advantage for the Sugar Bears. And we will see if anything materializes. They currently hold a 1-0 lead. They win the draw and will try to gain the zone. That one fluttering just behind Andrew Fenlon. He's going to get on it first, pursued by Jeff Arnold. Arnold's on his backhand in front of the net. Couldn't make anything happen. Ballabera again. He had the first one. Big shot loaded up and fired. Goes wide. Genevieve Shepard sending that one to space. Nobody there. Ballabera can't get to it in time, and a good clears. That one's going to come all the way back out of the zone. Under 1 minute left to play for the power play here. As the Sugar Bears look to get another one. They got a lucky one late after being more or less outplayed in the first period. A big, strong shot by the point man, Ballabera, number 11 on the near side. There's another big point shot and glove down. John Kraus stopped that one. Derek Warburg sent one in hot.
Take nothing away from the goalie there, but I don't think that one was going on goal. Looked like it was going high and wide.
A lot of times these players just trying to get the ball towards the net, looking for a little bit of chaos, looking for rebounds. I'm seeing really active boards and glass here, so often players will seem to try to look for those bounces off the back wall.
Yeah, I tell you what, I've played here for years. The boards tend to be a little dead. But the glass is very lively, so it depends all on where you hit that ball.
Now in back again. Still held at the line. Still in. Good job there. Peltier got to that one. I'm sorry, that was Gavin. Back up the wall for Ballabera. And that is going to do it for the penalty. Another big shot, ball loose, chip shot! That one's off the crossbar and in! Genevieve Shepard! A chip shot that's 2-0.
Wow, that's as nice a goal as you're going to see. She got right under that and just roofed it basically, right underneath the crossbar.
Does the goalie have any chance of stopping that one?
Not when she's uncovered like that on the doorstep. Obviously, somebody missed the coverage.
Well, it's going to go in the books as an even strength goal right on the heels of the power play. And just like that, the Sugar Bears increase their lead. It's 2-0 with just under 9 minutes to play here in the second period.
I'd say, what if you're DC, you got to be a little frustrated right now, especially after you played a pretty good first period. All of a sudden, you find yourself down 2-0. Quite often in these short tournament games, it's hard to come back from that.
Chase down there, Marlon Papish. He couldn't get to it, and Bittler starts it back the other way. Melissa Clark crosses the line, but swiped aside by Grace Gavin and back into the DC zone. 8:25 to go here. Couple more line changes. Clark gets it into Bittler. Bittler looking for Clark. Good defense there, bodied up by Lori Peltier and couldn't get it in. Clark still on it. Bodied up there. That's Curtis Pedorni. And they are going to blow it. Are they just blowing it dead there?
Yeah, it looked like it was trapped against the kick plate.
So we're going to have more line changes here. Now 8 minutes and counting in the second period. 2-0. Sugar Bears on top here.
Notice something on that last play. The Sugar Bears are clearly sitting back and trapping and clogging up the neutral zone. I wonder if they're going to do that for the remainder of the period.
In your estimation, do you think it's a little too early to take a defensive posture?
I do. I would do it closer to the third period. It's a little too soon for that.
Well, we'll see if any adjustments continue to be made. That one going off a deflection and out of play. They had a good opportunity there. That ball floating past Peltier's glove side awkwardly. But no danger. It continues to be 2-0 game. Papish to take that one for DC, but he loses it on a nice play. I'm sorry, that was Arnaud going up against William Clark for DC. Now in the feet. Coming around, gets back to the point, held at the point, big shot, looking for a deflection, ball is loose, rebound. They clean it out, and Jeff Arnold sends it down. This one's going to go, doesn't get to the line for icing in time. Todd Wozni is on it first, 7 minutes and counting. Sends that one down for icing, but it looks like it's going to be on target, so icing waved off there as it found its way to Peltier first. Talavera rips that one hard. This one didn't touch anybody, and that one will be icing, so DC going to get an offensive zone draw again as we see more line changes.
Yeah, right now it looks like the Sugar Bears are a little back on their heels. The last couple of shifts, they did allow DC into their zone. Once you do that, doesn't matter if you're clogging up the neutral zone.
Teams are going to line up again now. Tyler Midwinter for DC wins that one back to the hash marks there right in the slot. Swatting at it was Andrew Fenlon, but he couldn't make anything happen.
Got a shoeless player out here, Chris.
And there is a shoe. Don't see that very often. That one swatted back in 6 minutes ago. Played up quickly by Kraus. He coughed it up to Gavin. Grace Gavin was battling for it, lost it. Now number 23, Mark Major. Sending that one high and being chased after by Midwinter. Doesn't get to it first, and Major can't get a stick on it, so it comes back into the zone. No icing, so this one's just going to be calmly collected, and more quick line changes for the Sugar Bears. Played up the wall. Kate Reynolds has it now. Walks it out. Nice job, glove down in front. Right inside the zone. Down for Major. Can't control it. Ball is loose. Now on the backhand. Flips that one backhand towards Peltier. Good idea there by Midwinter.
Yeah, you know the one thing that's surprised about Chris, this game has been surprisingly very clean and not very physical. Watching the co-ed games throughout the tournament, they've been more physical than this, and clearly we saw in the C and D finals very physical games and some nasty and some snarl involved in them. You're not seeing that here right now.
Not yet. 4:55 here in the second, but I agree with you. It has been fairly clean. But not just that, there's not a lot of bumping and grinding in the boards, I think in large part because the ball's just moving so quickly.
Yeah, a lot of good possession out here from, especially from DC in the first period, and now they seem to be picking up the pace a little bit.
Clark got pressed to the grass by Arnold, but they managed to get it out. DC still in possession, but they're having trouble working the ball into high-scoring areas. Now this one being chased down by Shepard. She's got the second goal for the team. Controlled there in front of the net, gets it into the slot, toe drag, shot, save!
What a beautiful opportunity there, and goalie for DC just shut it down.
Jeff Arnold hanging on with his back to the net in the slot, managed a backhand dish to Keith Peltier with a sick toe dragging, gets the shot away. John Kraus shut the door though, nicely done.
Hey Chris, remember that save if DC comes back to tie this hockey game.
We're just shy of 4 left to go here in the second. Sugar Bears still up 2-0, but as we've noticed, DC is definitely mounting a pushback. We'll see if the Sugar Bears can counter. Balabaro, big shot. He had the first goal for the Sugar Bears. And that one coming right back out again. He gathers it up in his zone. A little bank pass up for Derek Wahlberg. And that one, Chase Gavin. Little pump fake, gets it down to Grace. Glove, and nowhere to go with it, so they're going to freeze, and another face-off.
A little bit passive on there on the defensive side from DC, letting Calgary walk in. I'm not sure I'd be doing that, especially with down by 2.
Another Canadian team making it to the finals here this weekend. Canadian teams have really been dominant. We'll see if they can do anything here. Gets down to the bottom of the circle, shot, looking for the touch pass. Little one-timer tap-in. Grace couldn't get her stick on it, but they do continue to hold the zone. Lori Peltier, and that one back for Wahlberg. Big shot, couldn't get through. Gavin was there in front, just deflected off of her. They still have it. They still have it controlling. Unbelievable. Troy Ty, he's had a lot of energy this game. Right to the slot, good opportunity. Shepard wanted a second one, couldn't get a stick on it. Now back for Ty. 2:25 to go here in the second period. His team leading 2-0. District of Pain trying to climb back into this one. Chased down by Curtis Pedorni. He used the first one on it, and he will help work it back up and out of the zone. Sugar Bears come back in offensively one more time. Peltier takes his time there, looking for an opportunity. He springs Marlon Papish, but he can't get to it. Sent back around by Fenlon. Stopped by Major. And Major's going to turn and go with 2 minutes. Up for Midwinter. Shot! Peltier looking for it. It was loose, or eventually became loose.
Yeah, that ball came loose clearly after the whistle there.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Hey, you mentioned the Canadian teams in this tournament. This tournament over the years had a rich tradition of Canadian teams, especially from Alberta.
Well, it's good to see them continuing to be represented here, and in the finals, no less. Minute and a half to go. That one almost eluded Arnold, but he's got it. Shot went far side, couldn't quite pick the corner. They keep it alive. Shepard does. She bangs it back into the middle, but it bounces out and comes back the other way for DC. The District of Pain, Midwinter slows up. Big shot, bounces off the outside. Jabbed at by Peltier. Now it's on Reynolds' stick. Reynolds looking for Major. Got him, but knocked aside. Hoff there keeps it alive. Major on the backhand. Tries to find Reynolds. Can't. Now we're under 1 minute to go here in the second. Walks it out. Crosses the line. They managed to stay onside. Good job there. Second effort by Gavin. Back up, and Grace gets it. Grace Gavin. Shot. Held. Here's Bittler, almost looking for a 2-on-1. It is a 3-on-2 instead, but Bittler's all alone. Shot. Good save. Peltier.
Well, that would have changed the complexion of this game entirely.
DC, 25 seconds left. They take another shot, wind up, and bounce one off the defense. That was Reynolds. Reynolds on it again, loses it. And again, Chase Gavin carving it up there, gets it outside. Now 12 seconds and counting to go. Clark picks it up with time dwindling, looking for one more opportunity in the second. Across the line, there's Reynolds. Over to Bittler, 3 seconds and 2. Shot off the mark, and that is going to do it. Second period in the books, 2-0, and we're starting to see life from the District of Pain.
Yeah, you know, they have surges. I don't think they were dominant in the way they were dominant in the first period. I think the play was pretty even between the two teams, but you know what? DC's starting to run out of time. They got 11 minutes to make something happen, and you know, if they don't, they're going to be going home with a second place trophy, and you know, no one comes for that. So.
Very much so. And it can be frustrating when you're playing well like this and you'd like to think, well, maybe we're building our own luck. Maybe we can draw a penalty or something. But as you alluded to earlier, this does not feel like a penalty-filled kind of game.
No, I don't think you can rely on a power play at this point if you're DC. You got to come out, maybe change a few things up, maybe, you know, switch some forwards around and see if you can't generate some offense that way. You know, if they get to about the 8 or 7 minute mark and they haven't scored, they got to change something up.
Now, if you're the bench boss for Calgary, what's the message?
Oh, at this point, you're clogging everything up. At this point, I would make sure my center doesn't get anywhere near past the circles on the offensive side.
Well, we'll see if they follow your advice. Sugar Bears have it now, and they're getting ready to continue the attack. They're pressing the advantage. They don't want to give up. Troy Ty has had a ton of energy. He still continues to have that this game. Does give it up there. Now District of Pain tries to come in. They do come in onside, gloved down by Shepard. They try to work it back out. Curtis Bedorny going to collect as that was a little forecheck there by William Clark. Trying to break things up. Can't do it. Sugar Bears still doing well. There's Shepard again. Ball is loose. Chance for a breakaway. It's Peltier. Shot. 5-hole save. Second rebound. Opportunity stopped again. Huge save.
Yeah, that would have put the game away for Calgary.
Krause has done everything he can to hold his team in this game. He's got about 2 or 3 monster stops here.
Yeah, but at some point he's got to get some help from his offense, Chris.
And we'll see if they can. 10 minutes remaining on the clock. They are down by 2. The DC District of Pain playing against the Calgary Alberta Sugar Bears here in the co-ed final of the 2017 Sin City Shootout. There's Mark Major. Big shot and nice job clogging the zone. Blocked again. Another one can't get through. Brad Peltier has been good, but hasn't been tested too much because the defense is shutting down those lanes. Jeff Arnold crosses the red line and gains the zone. He's got help, but he's going to charge. Looking for someone there, but you're right. They're not committing too many players low. Krause wanted to play it, but quick whistle stopped that one dead with 9:22 to go.
Yeah, clearly Calgary is not going to put too many players down below the dots, and that's exactly the way you play this. If you're up 2-0, if you're DC, you better start taking some chances.
That was good discipline there. I saw Arnold carrying it in along the right wing side. He had Grace Gavin with him, and Grace very wisely held up pretty much at the zone and didn't chase after it. Now Midwinter. He's going to take a big shot, banging one off the outside. And that one just trickles through the defense. Chasing after it is Derek Wahlberg. She's feeling pressure, got to make a play here quickly, and she does. Across to Andrew Fenlon. He tried to reverse, but Wahlberg is there. Another big shot by Chase Gavin. Now on the backhand is Wahlberg. Gets it to the net. Big save! Krause, I don't even know if he saw that one.
You know what? I think he realizes every time he covers it, it's wasting time.
He's definitely trying to keep that play alive. 8:20 and counting here in the third period. His team's down by 2. They're looking to make something happen, but a good job there defensively by Tony Balabera to step up and shut down that offensive rush. More changes behind the play for the Sugar Bears, but a bad giveaway to Papish as he has a chance to waltz into the zone. Takes a big shot, possibly off the blocker side and rimming back around into the DC zone, and they have it. District of Payne. They gain the zone with speed. Nice job to stick there in the feet by Ty, and it comes back again. Chasing after this one is Clark. She's going to get on it. Papish is pressuring on the forecheck, but again, they're not sending anyone else below that zone line.
Yeah, that's the way you got to play it if you're Calgary.
Here's Reynolds. Spits one into the front. Loose. They don't get the shot away. Good opportunity and a great feed, but well defended there, and the Sugar Bears shut down another offensive opportunity.
And every one of these icings by the Sugar Bears waste at least 15 to 20 seconds off the clock to get the ball down to the other side. Players usually change during these. Remember, you can change during an icing. Both teams can change during icing, unlike the NHL.
7:15 to go. Teams line up. District of Payne with an offensive zone draw. Big body there by Arnold, but DC does manage to control. Now along the half boards. Here's Bittler wheeling into the slot. Shot! Save! Rebound! Second chance and a block! Now that one chipped aside and a chance for an odd man rush in the other direction. Keith Peltier, he gains the zone with speed. He's got Jeff Arnold breaking in front and a great shot block there in front. Stopped that one was Andrew Turan. Now he's got it behind the net with a little bit of help. But the same thing, his players are playing high, just like the Sugar Bears aren't getting in deep. So the neutral zone continues to be a sticking point and they can't get through.
Yeah, gotta be frustrating right now.
Bedorny swats that one down. It will go for icing, but as you said, they're okay with an icing right now. 6:30 and counting here in the third period. His team up 2-0.
Yeah, the running clock in tournament games in ball hockey is your friend if you have the lead and your enemy if you don't. And the teams do have one timeout each. Neither is usable.
Now down to 6:15. Another 15 seconds drained there. Big shot opportunity. Turning by Major, but can't get it on net. Crawling that one up the wall, and they do manage to get it across the line. Wozni has to pull up and wait for his team to tag up, and they do. Gets it back to Major. Major gains the zone with speed, but he is being smothered there by Wahlberg. Another one batted in, cut along the outside of the net. It's bouncing. DC has it. Clark, William Clark, that one get caught in the feet of the referee. And here's Wahlberg again. He's got Gavin on his right wing side. Chase pulls up, stops, gets that one back to the point. And that was sent out. Balabera holding that one in the line, and eventually it goes out. Now Kalk continuing to roll down to under 5.5 to go.
Yeah, with the score at 2-0, the clock would stop inside of 2 minutes with a 2-goal differential. So if you're DC, you got to start thinking about using that timeout before that point. Otherwise, you're wasting it.
Ty wanting to widen the gap to not give them that opportunity for stoppage time. They gain the zone, however, and in comes Kate Reynolds. Knocked aside her stick and coming back the other way. Marlon Papish dances a little bit at the red line and gains the zone. His team enters, but they don't flood because they want to stay back in that defensive posture, and they do. Here's an opportunity for Reynolds, though. Dan Reynolds, bouncer, big save! Rebound couldn't direct it towards net, but Reynolds has it behind the cage. Knocked off of his stick, stays on it. 4:40 left to go. His team down by 2. Melissa Clark gathers at the point. She walks it back, has Andrew Fenlon on the other point, and gets it underneath for Reynolds. Now back in front, tries to get it into the slot, but they can't feed it. There's no room. And another big shot block as, again, things continue to get clogged up. Podorny lobs that one high and out. Doesn't care if it's icing or not.
I'd say, well, that was a great play by 73 on Calgary, coming from behind and breaking up that scoring opportunity down the right wing side.
Curtis Bedorny, he's been very instrumental defensively for them, and it looks like, did we have the timeout taken there by District of Pain?
Yeah, we finally got the DC timeout. I mean, at this point, you have to do it, because if you're inside 2 minutes, you basically wasted an opportunity to stop the clock.
Well, you certainly called it as an accomplished coach yourself. So what is the message now with only a couple minutes left here? How do you not get frustrated?
Well, I mean, they're frustrated. The point is to not let it affect your play. And, you're telling your team at this point, hey, it doesn't matter if we lose 2-0 or 3-0 or 4-0. Let's start taking chances. So I think you're going to see defense start to pinch at this point. You have to. You have no choice.
Well, we've only got a couple minutes left to go. The Sugar Bears leading 2-0 here. Of course, Chris Blair joined by Jim Garullo. We've got our final game here, the 2017 Sin City Shootout. We're presented by Memory to Video Productions, and of course we are brought to you today by Al's Donuts here in Las Vegas. Thanks for everyone for joining us. If you're watching on the live stream or at home, or if you're watching the DVs after the fact, thank you. We've got some great hockey for you all week and last week. The 13th annual Sin City Shootout. 4:10 left to go here in the third period. 2-0 Calgary Sugar Bears on top. Melissa Clark chasing after that one. She gets to it before it shuts down Balabera. Although he still has it, turns back inside and gets it deep, as that's going to be the order of the day. Only one white sweater in below the line. He's got it on his backhand, and that one goes to the outside. Keith Peltier back to Genevieve Shepard. She had a goal. 3-on-2 possibility. They stop up at the line, they gain the zone. Nice little dish there. Shot. Scores! Tyler Midwinter on an odd man rush. They rip one Baca's side. It's a one-goal game.
I got to tell you, Chris, that's one of the few odd man rushes we have seen for DC, especially later in this game, and that just changed the whole complexion of this thing.
So here we go. We got 3 minutes left. Are we going to see some life from DC here?
I think that's got to invigorate them, especially when you had a goose egg up on the board before that. You get that first goal, that's huge.
Once you know the goalie is beatable, it changes everything.
It really does.
Here comes Chase Gavin on the left wing side, gets down to the circle and fires that one. Blocker fought off. Now we're seeing some speed. It's opening up here. Eaten up there. If only DC had gotten in, there were 4 white players beneath the zone line. Now they get that one. One-timer scores! Derek Wahlberg roofs one from the slot, and they get the 2-goal lead back.
Wow, what an answer by Calgary. That is the mark of a champion. You give up a goal, and then you get a goal back on this successive shift.
And the turnaround there, too. DC was ready to break out and possibly have 2 or 3 players up. Calgary stops them at the line, holds the zone, and it leads to the goal.
Yeah, and that's what clogging up the top of the zone does.
Now 2.5 and counting. Clark drops to her knees to try to hold that one. Glove down, wants to play it, keeps it alive, and he does. Does Kraus. Here's Midwinter again. Swats that one down. 2-on-1 down low. Midwinter has Reynolds. Reynolds, shot, save, rebound, backhand. It's loose. Midwinter, shot, miss. And Ty sends it out. A huge opportunity, and the Sugar Bears hang on. 2 minutes to go, and we are frozen here. Was that an icing? I believe it was.
Yeah, it was an icing down on this side. 2 minutes left, 2-goal differential. The clock will stop now the rest of the way if the score stays the same.
What an opportunity. 2-on-1. They had 2, maybe 3 solid chances. Brad Peltier hung tough.
I'm surprised we're seeing this many odd man rushes.
And they score again! What a game! It's back and forth. Buck 54 is on the clock. It's 3-2.
Same place that DC scored its other goal. Right to the glove side, right on the doorstep, down uncovered, right on the doorstep. No Calgary player there.
Captain Lindsay Bittler, I believe, got her stick on that one. A tough deflection. And it's a 1-goal game again. Back and forth we go. 3-2 your score. Sugar Bears up, but DC has life. They have 2 late goals here in the third period. Bittler crosses the line. She's got Midwinter with her. Gets it to the point. It's empty net time. This one bangs off the glass and the net still alive. It's 6-on-5. Midwinter jousting with Balabera. Gets it out in front. There's Reynolds. He kicked it. Midwinter rims it all the way back around. Tehran to the point. Big shot and blocker save. Bittler back to Tehran. Balabera sends it. Diving. It's up. That may have been a problem. 97 shot, scores! Keith Peltier gets the empty netter. It's 4-2.
Wow, that might cement it for Calgary. I was going to say, if you were Calgary in that situation, you had to resist the temptation to ice the ball just to get it out, and they did that, and were able to capitalize on that empty net.
So we have 78 seconds to go. It's 2 goals. They're going to keep the empty net. I don't think this one's over yet based on these last couple minutes. Here's Midwinter. Shot, diving, save!
Yeah, I'm surprised how wide open this game is right now.
We've got an exciting ride to the finish. Brad Peltier, slow to get up, made a huge stop there on Midwinter.
Yeah, he's clearly hurt.
And that exchange took 6 seconds. That's how fast it can turn around here, but we'll see if Peltier's okay. Still on the deck right now.
Yeah, this is when you need your goalie here, up by 2 with a minute and change left. Appears to be shaking it off.
Well, and I actually missed it. There was a penalty on the play, so it's actually 6-on-4 right now.
Good opportunity for DC. If they're going to do it, they got to do it right here.
So they got 72 seconds and the power play. Reynolds, shot, good block. Chasing after that one. Chase Gavin, another opportunity for the empty netter. He deposits it. It's 5-2. The clock will now roll, and I think that's going to do it.
That'll probably do it. That running clock is the key, Chris.
What a tough finish here. Exciting run to the end, but you can see it on the face of the DC players. You can hear it in the crowd and definitely the bench of the Sugar Bears. I think this one's over.
Yeah, you know, it looks like Calgary brought a lot of fans to the game. They're sitting right underneath you there, and they are excited.
Well, we're going to finish it out here. It's 5-2, under 30 seconds to play. Big ups to DC for not quitting. They're really battling. There's Major fighting for it. Crane is there as well. But the crowd is pretty much calling it. Here's Major. Tries to get it to his forehand and can't. Now the final 10 seconds are going to tick down. This one skitters out to the point. That one just escaping Schneider. And that's going to do it. The Calgary Sugar Bears are your 2017 Sin City Shootout Co-Ed champions.
Yeah, that was an exciting game, especially the last 3 minutes of that game. The score changed several times. And no quit from DC. They should keep their heads up. They got nothing to be ashamed about.
That was a very competitive game through and through. Most of the game, it was 2-0. All of a sudden, we end up with a scoreline of 5-2. Huge push there at the very end. They got it within 1 with a minute and a half or so to go, but like you said, there was no quit, not only in DC, no quit in Calgary. They went the whole way, end to end, wire to wire. They stayed with it. They kept pushing, and when their backs were against the wall, they responded. And you said it best. That's the mark of a championship team, and that's what we have in front of us right now.
Yeah, again, DC, nothing to be ashamed about. Played a fantastic game, but Calgary just a little bit better today in what was a very clean game. No shenanigans from really either team. Neither team was chirping to the officials or to each other. So I like the sportsmanship.
Absolutely. That's a great way to finish things out for us. Just really good old-fashioned, clean hockey. Very well fought on both sides. I want to thank everybody, all the teams here for coming out. Thank you, Jim Garulio, my man behind the glass on this one.
Thanks, Chris.
This was a phenomenal tournament. Thank you for sticking with us. Of course, Terry Cox and Robert Ramirez for helping run everything. We are presented to you by Memory to Video Productions, so if you've been with us on the stream all weekend and last week, thank you for sticking with us. Of course, we are also brought to you today by Al's Donuts here in Las Vegas. Thanks to everyone for coming out. For Memory to Video Productions, my name is Chris Blair, and hopefully we will see you next year.